All right, welcome. Today we are diving into something that, well, it runs our entire lives, but it's also one of the biggest mysteries out there. I'm talking about time. We feel it, right? We're always trying to manage it, always racing against it, but what is it? Like, for real? Let's dig in. So let me ask you something. Have you ever done this? You look over at a clock, one with a second hand, and for just a flash, it looks like it's stopped. Like it just hangs there for a moment before it starts moving again. Keep that little experience in your head because it's a perfect doorway into just how strange our relationship with time really is.
Okay, so on the surface, time is pretty straightforward, right? It's the arrow that points from the past through right now and into the future. It's what makes everything happen in a sequence. It's the universe's way of keeping everything from happening all at once.
So first things first, let's talk about time in a way we all get, how it works in our day-to-day world. Yeah, to get a handle on it all, we've chopped it up into pieces we can actually use. Seconds, minutes, hours, days, years. You know the drill. From something as quick as a blink to waiting for your next birthday, these are the building blocks. It's like a universal language we all use to agree on how long things take. And believe me, this system is everything. Can you even imagine a world without it? It would just be total chaos. This shared clock is what makes society even possible. Think about it. From traffic lights keeping cars from crashing to you being able to schedule a meeting with a friend. It's all built on time. It's the ultimate organizer. Okay, but what if I told you that nice, orderly, predictable clock we all live by is, well, kind of a lie? Because when we zoom out from our daily grind and look at how the universe actually works, things get really, really weird. For the longest time, we all pretty much went along with Isaac Newton's idea of time. That it's this absolute thing, like a giant cosmic clock in the sky, ticking away at the exact same pace for everyone, everywhere, no exceptions. But then, along comes Einstein and just completely flips the table. He showed us that time isn't constant at all. It's relative. It's flexible. It can actually be stretched and squeezed, and it's tangled up with space in this thing he called spacetime. And here's the first really wild part of this. It's a concept called time dilation. And what it means is, the faster you move through space, the slower you move through time. Yeah, you heard that right. Your personal clock can literally tick slower than someone else's.
The classic way to explain this is the twin paradox, which, by the way, isn't really a paradox. It's just how physics works. Imagine you have two identical twins. One stays here on Earth, the other hops in a super-fast spaceship and zips off to a distant star and back. When the space-traveling twin returns, they will actually be younger than the twin who stayed behind. Seriously, for them, less time has literally passed.
And get this, it's not just speed that messes with time, gravity does it too. The stronger the gravity, the slower time flows, which leads to this absolutely bonkers fact. Time is passing ever so slightly slower for your feet than it is for your head, right now, all because your feet are closer to the Earth's massive gravitational pull. Now you might be thinking, okay, that's a cool science fiction idea, but this has real-world consequences. Take the GPS on your phone. The satellites orbiting way up there are in a weaker gravitational field and they're moving really fast. Both those things mean their clocks run faster than ours down here, by about 38 microseconds every day. Now that sounds like nothing, right? But if the engineers didn't constantly correct for this time difference, your GPS would be useless. It'd be off by about 7 miles a day. So the universe's clock is definitely weird and bendy, but you know what's even weirder? The clock ticking away inside your own brain. Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Time flies when you're having fun, right? A great party feels like it lasted 10 minutes, but a 5-minute plank, that feels like an hour. Or waiting for a pot of water to boil, an eternity. Your brain is constantly speeding up and slowing down time based on what you're doing and how you're feeling. And hey, what about that feeling that the years just fly by faster and faster the older you get? Well, one of the main theories is pretty simple, actually. It's all about percentages. When you're 5 years old, a single year is a whopping 20% of your entire life. But when you're 50, a year is just 2% of your life. It's a much smaller slice of the pie, so it just feels like it zipped by. Okay, so remember that frozen clock hand I mentioned at the very beginning? Well, we're back to it. That strange little illusion has a name. It's called chronostasis, and here's what's happening. When your eyes jump from one point to another, your brain actually cuts out the blurry footage of the movement itself. To fill in that tiny gap, it takes the image you land on, the clock hand, and kind of stretches it backward in time, so you get this weird feeling that you've been looking at it for longer than you really have. It's a little bit of mental magic. All right, so we've got the physics of time and the psychology of time. But now we're going to go even deeper. Let's talk about the philosophy of it all, the really big brain-melting questions. And this really gets to the core of the problem. Think about it. Yesterday only exists in your memory. Tomorrow only exists in your imagination. The only thing that's actually truly real is right now, this very second. So, are the past and future actual places, or are they just ideas in our heads?
And that leads us to maybe the biggest question of them all. Is the future already written? I mean, if time is a dimension, just like space, is the future already out there just waiting for us to arrive, or is it something we create moment by moment? Well, philosophers have been arguing about this for a long, long time.
There are basically three main camps. First, there's presentism, which is probably how most of us feel day to day. Only the present moment is real, the past is gone, the future isn't here yet. Then you've got eternalism, sometimes called the block universe. This one's a bit more trippy and fits better with Einstein's ideas. It says that the past, present, and future are all equally real and exist at the same time, like a loaf of bread, where every slice is a different moment, but the whole loaf is already there. And then there's a kind of hybrid idea, the growing block, where the past and present are real, and the block of reality is constantly growing as the future happens. Wild stuff, right?
So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, it's that time isn't just the ticking number on your watch. It's a fundamental part of the universe that can literally bend and warp. It's a personal feeling that your brain creates and messes with all the time, and it's one of the biggest philosophical mysteries we've ever faced.
And that leaves us with one last, really exciting thought. We've mastered traveling through the three dimensions of space, right? We can go up, down, left, and right. So if time really is just a fourth dimension, who's to say we won't one day figure out how to travel through it too? Just something to chew on. Thanks so much for joining me.